All right, so now we come to the second last topic for this chapter, which is about the gearing measures. Gearing as a word basically means how much debt the company has taken. So you might have studied about the different kind of sources of finance the companies choose. Companies may, the owners may be investing the funds, which is known as equity, or the company can be taking loan. So any sort of a loan, something which you are raising from the outside is known as finance, is known as taking a loan. So how much of debt the company has taken is known as gearing. Now gearing can be checked using multiple formulae. Number one that you see over here is the capital gearing ratio, which again can be calculated using multiple methods. So the very first one is you're finding out the ratio between the debt versus the owner's funds. So over here in your numerator, you have all of your non-current liabilities, basically all of the long-term loans which you have taken as a comparison to the owner's ordinary shareholders funds. That means how much money the owners have input, you are comparing debt with the amount of money that the owners themselves have invested in the business. Now, this ratio, if it's very high, it's considered to be risky, because if the company has taken too much of loan, there's always a possibility that if the company, interest has to be paid on debt, no matter if you're running into losses or profits. So, if the company is not able to generate profits, then this loan that they have taken, if this is too much, then they will run into even further losses, because the interest has to be paid no matter what. Whoever has given you the loan will be wanting the interest. They do not care whether you've made a profit or a loss. So interest has to be paid regardless. That's why if a company has a very high gearing, it has taken very large number, large amount of debt, then it's considered to be risky, because what if they do not earn enough profits to be even able to pay the interest or give the capital amount back to the lender. Second formula that you see over here, it's a comparison between the non-current liabilities, that means the debt, as a total of the equity funds plus the debt. So you want to see in the total capital proportion. So your capital is made up of the owner's funds as well as the debt that you've taken. So in the total, how much does the debt comprise of? So let's suppose if I have 100 rupees in the business, out of that 60 is debt and 40 is my own money. So this ratio is going to be 60 divided by 100. That's going to mean that 60% of the money that's there in the business comes from debt, which is not a very good symbol. Moving to the third formula, debt upon equity. Now, this is very similar to the very first one. Here, you're taking all of your debt and you're dividing that by your equity. So, these two formula are virtually the same. Now, moving to the next ratio, which talks about the interest cover. So, interest cover basically tells you how many times can the company pay its interest obligations before any taxes or before any interest, whatever the profit is. So, operating profit is nothing but your PBIT, profit before interest and tax. So, let's suppose if I have earned a profit of 1,000 rupees and my interest that I have to pay to the market is 100 rupees, then I am in a position to pay this interest 10 times, because I have 100 rupees which I have to pay as interest and my profits are 1,000. So that means I can pay my interest 10 times with the amount of profit that I have generated. So interest cover is always expressed as in terms of times, while the return on capital, the capital gearing ratio is always expressed in a percentage term. Now with this, we are done with the gearing measures. In the next video, we are going to talk about the last topic, which is the resource utilization measures.